Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The Diagnostic Trouble Code, DTC P0463, refers to a high voltage detected in the fuel level sensor circuit, specifically involving the fuel gauge sending unit. This is significant as the fuel level sensor is a crucial component that provides real-time information about the amount of fuel in the tank to the vehicle's engine control unit, ECU. If this sensor malfunctions, it can lead to inaccurate fuel readings, affecting driving performance and potentially causing the vehicle to run out of fuel unexpectedly. The fuel level sensor is typically located within the fuel tank and is mounted on the fuel tank unit. It forms a critical part of the vehicle's overall fuel system, as it communicates with the gauge control module to display fuel levels on the dashboard. This DTC may appear under different scenarios, including after a fuel pump replacement or when there are electrical faults in the system. The DTC P0463 indicates a malfunction specifically related to the fuel level sensor, often referred to as the fuel gauge sending unit, which is responsible for relaying the fuel level in the tank to the dashboard fuel gauge. A high voltage condition suggests an electrical anomaly that could derive from a short in the wiring, a faulty sensor, or issues in the gauge control module itself. The gauge control module processes the electronic signals from the fuel level sensor to display the fuel readings accurately. An accurate diagnosis is crucial, as it can determine whether the issue lies within the sensor or other wiring components associated with the fuel tank unit. Proper identification of the fault helps in disposing of unnecessary repairs and ensures that the system operates optimally. Various factors can lead to the DTC P0463 error. One common issue is an open circuit in the fuel gauge wiring, which can occur due to damaged wires or loose connections. This open circuit stops the electrical signals from flowing correctly between the fuel gauge sending unit and the gauge control module, resulting in inaccurate readings. Another potential cause is a faulty fuel gauge sending unit, which might be due to wear and tear over time, affecting its ability to measure fuel levels properly. Additionally, the gauge control module itself can malfunction, leading to erroneous signal processing. Identifying these underlying issues is critical for determining the appropriate corrective action. The presence of DTC P0463 may manifest through several symptoms. One obvious sign is inaccurate fuel level readings on the dashboard, which can lead to unintended consequences such as running out of fuel. The vehicle may also illuminate the check engine light, indicating that there is an issue that needs to be addressed. Furthermore, the fuel gauge may exhibit erratic behavior or may not respond at all. These symptoms combined can create a frustrating experience for the driver, as reliance on the fuel gauge is essential for maintaining proper fuel levels. If left unaddressed, these symptoms could lead to further complications and increased repair costs. The first step in troubleshooting DTC P0463 involves verifying the problem by turning the vehicle to the on mode, but not starting the engine. This action powers up the onboard diagnostic system, allowing for an accurate diagnosis. Next, the DTC must be cleared using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, which resets the error codes stored in the ECU. After clearing the codes, it's essential to wait for a few seconds before checking again for any pending or confirmed DTCs. If DTC P0463 remains confirmed, it indicates a persistent issue within the system. However, if it doesn't reappear, it suggests that the issue may be intermittent, prompting the technician to investigate possible poor connections or loose terminals related to both the gauge control module and the fuel tank unit. In the second step of the troubleshooting process, the vehicle must be turned off and placed in the lock mode to ensure safety before working on any electrical components. The gauge control module should be removed to gain access to the wiring connected to it. Next, the technician will disconnect the fuel tank unit's connectors and the gauge control module connector. A, to assess the fuel gauge line. To check for an open circuit condition, terminals A and B should be connected using a jumper wire, where terminal A connects to the female terminal number 4 of the fuel tank unit 4P connector. It is crucial to check for continuity between the gauge control module connectors number 9 and body ground under these test conditions. If continuity is detected, the procedure continues to the next troubleshooting step. If not, it signals that there is an open circuit in the fuel gauge wire. In step 3, the technician continues to diagnose the fuel gauge plus wire after removing the previously installed jumper wire from the fuel tank unit 4P connector. A new jumper wire is to be connected between the female terminal number 2 of the fuel tank unit 4P connector and body ground. Just like in the previous step, continuity must be checked between the gauge control module connectors number 8 and body ground, while ensuring that the fuel tank unit 4P connector remains disconnected during this test. If continuity is present, it signifies that the fuel gauge plus wire is intact, allowing the troubleshooting process to advance to step 4. If there is no continuity, it indicates an open circuit in the fuel gauge plus wire, requiring immediate repair to restore proper electrical flow in the circuit. In the final troubleshooting step, the technician will remove the jumper wire connected to the fuel tank unit 4P connector to complete the circuit check. It is essential to test the fuel gauge sending unit to verify its operational status. By conducting this test, the technician assesses if the fuel gauge sending unit can effectively relay accurate information about the fuel levels in the tank. If the fuel gauge sending unit is found to be functional, the next logical step is to replace the gauge control module. Conversely, if the unit is faulty, the defective fuel gauge sending unit itself must be replaced. This final evaluation plays a crucial role in ensuring that the fuel monitoring system is restored to full functionality. After completing all necessary repairs for DTC P0463, it's crucial to conduct a final verification to confirm that the issue is fully resolved. First, the technician should clear all Diagnostic Trouble Codes, DTCs, again using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS. This ensures that any fault codes logged during the previous diagnoses are erased, providing a clean slate for monitoring. Following the clearance, a test drive of the vehicle is necessary to put the system under real-world conditions. During the drive, the technician should continuously monitor the fuel gauge operation to ensure it accurately reflects the fuel level and functions without any discrepancies. If the fuel gauge operates as expected during this test drive, the repair can be deemed successful. Preventive maintenance is essential in ensuring the long-term health of the fuel system in a Honda Accord. Regular inspections of all wiring connected to the gauge control module and fuel level sensor can help catch any signs of wear or damage before they lead to larger problems like the DTC P0463. Checking the condition of the fuel system components, including the fuel gauge sending unit, can also help prevent unexpected failures. Performing periodic system scans with the HDS allows for the continuous monitoring of stored codes and immediate action if any anomalies arise. By implementing these preventive measures, vehicle owners can significantly reduce the chances of facing the same problem in the future, ensuring a well-functioning fuel gauge system. In conclusion, effective handling of DTC P0463 requires addressing the high-voltage issue affecting the fuel level sensor circuit. Following a structured troubleshooting process helps in diagnosing the specific area of failure, whether it be within the wiring, gauge control module, or fuel gauge sending unit. Remember that symptoms such as inaccurate fuel readings and check engine light activation should not be overlooked. Regular preventive maintenance checks, including inspections and routine system scans, are vital for enhancing the reliability of the fuel system. Timely repairs and proactive checks will contribute significantly to the vehicle's operational efficiency and decrease the likelihood of recurring issues. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.